Hi, everybody. I know I am so far behind on doing my updates, and I apologize. It's been a busy couple of weeks, a good couple of weeks for the most part. But I know a lot of you have been asking, how are you? How are you? How are you? As you can see, I don't have the cannula up my nose, which is a good thing. I still have it close by. I still have to have it at night. And if I exert myself, and usually toward the end of the day when I start to wear out, I'll need it to keep my oxygen above 90. Still have a long way to go. I think part of the reason I didn't post a couple weeks ago is it was really a rough kind of week of me coming to terms with the fact that this was not going to be a 6-week recovery. Like, it was what they had told me from the beginning. It's going to be a slow, difficult recovery, and it certainly has been. So coming to terms with the fact that I needed to take a little bit longer and be patient with things and not just think, my big goal was to get off the oxygen, and then coming to terms with the fact of getting off the oxygen doesn't mean excuse me, that my lungs are going to be healed. I'm going to be back to 100%. It's going to take a lot more time. It's going to take a lot more work. And it's going to be a process. So it's been a week really coming to terms with that. And, realizing, a year is probably more realistic to being back to 100%. But having other goals and setting new goals to continue my recovery. So part of that was back in the office for a little bit this week. And so that's good to have other things to worry about besides just my health, and to get back a little bit of the normalcy of life. And have had more time to work in the yard, even though it takes me like 10 times longer to do anything than it used to. A friend asked me recently what I have really learned through all of this. And I think the two top things for me are definitely humility and compassion. It's just been humbling to realize how fragile life is, and how quickly you can lose your health, and how really tomorrow's not guaranteed. So to really treat each day precious, and each gift that we have each day as precious. And then just in recovery, having to have the support of my physicians and nurses and physical therapists and my therapist and friends that have come and mowed my yard and brought me food and cleaned the house and taken care of so many things for me has been so wonderful, but very humbling. And then just the compassion now that I have for other people. When I see other people with the oxygen and realize, they had to get up with that, and they had to probably bathe with that, and get dressed and get in the car and get to the store and then get what they need, and then get that in the car, and then get that home, and then get that out of the car and get, groceries taken in. It's so much more work. Even just being on the 1 liter of oxygen, my lungs have got serious damage still. So anytime you see someone on oxygen, they've got serious damage. And then just the anxiety and the mental health issues that all of this has caused has been very eye-opening for me. And to realize, don't assume what other people around you are going through, and just be a little more patient and be a little more understanding and compassionate. There are so many things in life that just we fill our lives with that don't matter. The arguing, anything that causes arguing doesn't matter. Politics, anything that's not positive, anything that's not light, anything that's not beautiful doesn't matter. And I really hope that I can maintain that positive outlook and really remember how precious just being able to sit outside is, being able to walk freely, enjoy fresh air, take deep breaths. All of that has come to mean a lot every day. So 2 months in, and a month of that in the hospital, and now this time recovering. I still, walking up a flight of stairs can drop my oxygen down into the 70s pretty fast, but I'm able to recover from that back to the 90s in a little over a minute instead of 3 or 4 minutes. And it used to be just getting up to go to the bathroom out of my bed, I would drop from the 90s into the 70s on oxygen. So it's just small steps and little steps, and continue to recover. I have amazing support from my physician, and she's really pleased with how the lungs are healing. I have a new inhaler that's long lasting. It's like a powder that I inhale that is, excuse me, helped a lot with the cough. As you can see, the COVID cough still lingers, but we've come a long way, especially from that first video where I thought I was so strong coming out of the hospital, and realized I had a long way to go, and I still have a long way to go, but things are so much better than they have been. And so I thank you all for your thoughts and your prayers and your messages and your concern, and I look forward to continuing to hear from you. And several of you have been to visit, and I would love for any of you, if you're in northern Colorado or want to make a trip, come and see me and sit in the backyard and just talk and enjoy the beautiful life that we have. So I hope that all of you are well, and thank you all again. Lots of love to everybody, and we'll keep going down this crazy journey and till we're all better. But y'all have a good night.